to be. Gave you the chalk at first with grandma, not about her like no big deal. The best memories are falling asleep in her arms, nowhere to be. Typewriter, the soundtrack of all the days in her past. I know I'm grateful. I have her green eyes, kind as she lived by. She had a way of making exhales with a few words. I have her green eyes, kind as she lived by. Sat with her on my 20s. She told me not to worry, and I came when you called. You're all I am to, all I am to be. I have her green eyes, kind as she lived by. She had a way of making exhales with a few words. I have her green eyes, kind as she lived by. Sat with her on my 20s. She told me not to worry, and I came when you called. You're all I am to, all I am to be. You're all I am to, all I am to be. You're all I am to be. You're all I am to, all I am to. You're all I am to, all I am to. You're all I am to, all I am to, all I am to be.
Hello and welcome to Studio Faire Play, where we have just hosted our second residential collaboration. This really special performance brought together New York singer and songwriter Emily Keating and Dutch music producer Youp Van Der Graaf, also known by his artist name of Cloud Fortuna. What unfolded was a perfect example of musical communication between two artists who had never met before. And the resulting song, Green Eyes, is a tender and deeply moving song written in loving memory of Emily's grandmother, Lucille. We think you'll agree that it is truly magical. Don't forget, if you enjoy the performance, please like, subscribe and share so that we can continue to share our music with music lovers all across the world.
So my name is Youp Van Der Graaf. I'm 32 years old and I live in Leiden, the city in the Netherlands. And I work as a music producer. I play multiple instruments. I produce my own tracks for my artist named Cloud Fortuna. I play guitar in my band Bath, and I help other artists as well with a bit of music production, getting songs to a stage that we feel happy with, and yeah, I really love to do that. First starting making music when I was a young kid. I think I was 11 years old when I got the guitar in church while Christmas, doing the classic Christmas songs as a big boy with a way too big of a guitar. But it was fun. And my dad played guitar. He played for a very long time, and I think the first time I saw him playing on stage, I was as a kid like, "Wow, this is great! I want to do that too." So yeah, I started playing in bands from I think 13 years old up until I still do. So it's been a long, nice ride so far.
And where do you draw your inspiration from for your music?
In terms of other bands, and yeah, it tends to, I think, change a bit. Maybe when I just started, I don't know, I liked the 60s and 70s bands a lot. Growing up with like the Beatles, Stones, also the hard rocky stuff from Deep Purple and Pink Floyd. But eventually when I got older, I tend to more like the dreamy sounds in music, coming from like the new wave era in the 80s, shoegaze bands in the 90s, and a lot of indie stuff that's just happening for a while now. So I think it's changed a bit, but yeah, those are my maybe the preferences of the things I like listen to the most. But everything has its nice thing. I can love a great jazz performing artist, or even some metal bands I listened to as a kid I still like. So yeah, it can be broad. Yeah.
And how have you found the collaboration here at Studio Faire? Talk us through it.
Sure. It's been great. I really love this weekend to be here. So working with Wesley, Colin, Julia, they've been really like feeling me really welcoming here in this beautiful place. It was really nice to get to this place, to an unknown place to me, but to do the things I like to do most is make music, and also the challenge of making music with someone you don't know yet. I really love to do that because it's challenging you also to be flexible, creative, and trying to find what connects us, like what are our similarities in terms of music and sound and songwriting. No, it's been really great, and all lovely home to be in for a few days. I really felt welcome, and a great experience. Absolutely.
Excellent. And what about working with Emily as well? How have you found your your communication, your collaboration? Did it come easy? Did you come across any challenges, or has it just flown beautifully?
Yeah, no, I think it went really well. We got together for the first time 2 days ago, and I think it didn't take us that long just before we just dove directly into creating music. She had a nice idea already that we kind of grasped upon, and create a big song or a great song from it, I would feel like. And I think the process went really well. I feel like both me and Emily tried to leave some room for the other one to fill in what we kind of want to hear in the song, what we feel like. I felt it was really respectful, but also inspiring, because we have different come from different places, and yeah, I think we brought it in together quite nicely, and the process went really well. So I was really happy to work with her, for sure.
Excellent. And what have you got coming up in the future for you and for Cloud Fortuna?
Yeah, hopefully a lot of nice things. So with Cloud Fortuna, I released 2 first singles this year. I produced those tracks earlier this year, and now got it all mixed and mastered from my home studio back home. So the first 2 singles are out, so that was exciting at first, and now hyping up for the rest. There's an album coming, which I produced myself this year, following 6 more songs. So that will be published, I think, somewhere in the beginning of next year. I'm writing new stuff with my band as well, which is really exciting. But I also, love the producer's job as well. I got requests from several people from different places. I recently helped some people from the US with a song, just by doing direct communication online. Saying, could you help me out with some guitar work there? No, I love to do that, especially if you can think along. There's not like a fast line, so could you please play this? But no, this is kind of the structure I have. Maybe you can fill in and, do a bit of creative thinking on how the guitar can fit in. I love to do that. That's really, rewarding to think along and also to have the communication with people you don't know yet. So I hope to continue with that and make as much music as possible.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Emily Keating. I was born and raised in New York City by two incredible photojournalists, and I was lucky enough to find music very young. About 13, 14, I started writing, and I'd always been in a choir. To answer your question, I've kind of always been doing music, but I started writing around 13, 14 with a little keyboard, a little guitar, and it's been the greatest journey ever since. I love walking into the unknown. It's just sort of where I thrive. I was so honored and excited to get an invitation to be here. I love this place. It's so real, so warm. Everyone here is just lovely. And I arrived, and Youp and I had this like really, really beautiful, similar process of writing music together. And it's been so beautiful. Yeah, so Green Eyes came from my grandmother. Lucille passed away last week at 105. This is her hat, and these are her earrings. And right after she passed, I went to my piano, and I had this melody sort of like channel through me, and the words came that day, just for the first verse and the chorus. So I came here with that sort of beginning, and Youp and I Youp made it so much bigger and greater. From collaboration, I find the best ideas come. And it wouldn't be what it is right now without Youp and I together. So, yeah, I loved writing with him. It was so fun and so easy. And that's what I look for in collaborations, when it feels very easy and natural. So No Drama Club is a record I've been writing for years, and it's ended up being singles instead, which I'm totally okay with. So this single is going to be a part of it, Green Eyes. We Belong is a song that's coming out pretty soon, in the next 2 months. And my plan is to make as much music as possible. I found this great community of producers upstate New York that I'm working with, and other producers in New York City. So I'm working with several different producers, and basically through that, my sound is very consistent, but each producer is bringing out like a whole new part of my sound, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So No Drama Club. Every song is about, the theme under it is this undercurrent of really just saying what you have to say and saying it my own way, without any drama.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you for having me. So it started with a keyboard, and because I had written it in New York on a piano, so I basically shared with you, these are the chords, this is the vocal melody, the top line, and then from there, explain how we then used this Artura.
Yeah, so basically what we used for creating the song is some nice synthesizer sounds that, I already got from Arturia. Some really like very easy soft sounds like these. And we basically used those above the chord structure that she already had. And it's great to use like a setup like this. We just have everything as MIDI in Ableton to work out some sounds. So we kind of went from there, using specific things for bass or a bit of strings, and even a small piano part for the hook. So that was a nice touch, like very subtle. And I think for the rest we used the guitar as a like very dreamy kind of a sound. I think that matches the song to have it a bit more like turned back, not too explosive at first, but just very gentle, because it was a very touchy song on that.
And what led to that was hearing your work before. It sounded like sort of this like dreamy pop sort of vibe. So I was thinking like, how could I make it more open and, openness? And that sound felt very open and spacious. So that spaciousness was great. And then I went out into the garden and wrote more of the top line in the lyrics. And then Youp and I, we split apart, and he was working on the guitar riffs. It got back together a couple hours later, and it like just gelled right together. So it was like really natural.
Yeah.
And then the beat was so cool. We were thinking of like sort of like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because my grandma was all about like bleeding from the heart. So it fit perfectly.
Yeah, we had this just jamming around a bit, and we had this like, it sounds like a bit of a heartbeat because it makes you also, I think, very relatable to your story. So we kind of used that, and from the rest we did the chord progressions with the guitar, opening a lot of space for the rest of the sounds, but still trying to keep it simple, so not too complex of chord progressions or difficult licks, but just very dreamy chord sounds like this.
Yeah.
And I can play a bit with reverb on my guitar. Oh, that's too dreamy. Maybe a bit. But it was dreamy.
And that is like the exact chord we worked on for like, you're all I am to.
Yeah, no.
All I aim to be. And like that fit so beautifully. And I had never heard that chord with that vocal line, so beautiful. I was walking in the garden and then I was like, I hear Colin on this track. So that was like a cool part where I was like, we need a live drummer. And he happens to be an amazing live drummer. So that was cool to like bring the whole family into it and make it more of a collaboration.
Cool. Like the end, it got real punchy with him and drums extra. I put a little more guitar and then, it opens up in the end. I think was really nice.
Yeah. At first, like, he didn't maybe love the idea, which is cool. It was like our only point of like, not challenge, but like, we kind of disagree. And then we sat with it. And
then we went.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, what can we do with the two of us? Like, what does the song need, basically? Like, finding out what's helpful. But then you were right. We had a bit of a more explosive thing, or like a more uplifting thing in the end. So having live drums, getting more power from vocals and guitar, it just worked. So happy we did that.
Yeah.
And happy with Colin doing that, actually. So
Sounded great.
yeah.
Yeah. So fun.